Can you believe it? In Japan, people bow not out of respect, but because they don't want to get smacked. And also, the Japanese marry pillows. I'm going to tell you about this and other crazy facts about Japan and the Japanese. Watch till the end, and you'll also learn why the Japanese really love eating raw horse liver. If you're from Russia, don't you dare try to convince a Japanese person that Matryoshka doll is a Russian invention. The Japanese really don't like it when someone interferes with the history and can give you a beating for that. Fukurokuju dolls have a long history that began in the Edo period, 1603 to 1868. They were popular among samurai, citizens and merchants who believed that the dolls brought happiness and luck. Fukurokuju dolls also reflect various aspects of Japanese culture, such as kimonos, hairstyles, musical instruments and flowers. You might say, stop, but this looks nothing like a Matryoshka. The thing is, the world learned about the Matryoshka at the World Fair in Paris in 1900, where it took an honorable third place. Just don't ask what took the first two places. So in 1890, when searching for a Russian folk style, Sapožnikova Mamontova brought from Japan nesting dolls depicting the seven gods of happiness, which inspired the Russian craftsmen Vasily Zvyzdочkin and Malutkin to invent the Matryoshka. By the way, long before this, similar dolls existed in China and India, but that's a completely different story. The Japanese take littering on the streets very seriously and strive to maintain cleanliness and order in their country. They sort and recycle trash into different categories, use special bags and bins, and dispose of trash on specific days and hours. They also learn from childhood to take responsibility for cleaning at school, home and public places. They do not tolerate when someone pollutes or spoils their environment, and can impose fines or even arrest violators. The Japanese believe that cleanliness is not only about hygiene but also aesthetics, morality and respect for other people and nature. However, you won't see a trash bin on the street, and if you want to throw something away, carry it home. Unless, of course, you want trouble. In America and Europe, there is a recent trend to be very cautious not to offend minorities based on race, religion, and much more. And if you're too sensitive, you'd better not even think about flying to Japan. And if you dare to fly, at least don't watch TV there. Some Japanese advertising campaigns use shocking elements to attract attention to their products or services, or to express their opinion on an issue. For example, in 2017, the Japanese company Nissin, a noodle manufacturer, launched an ad showing how its product saves people from hunger in Africa. The ad used stereotypical and offensive images of Africans who transformed into Japanese after eating noodles. The advertisement received a lot of criticism and accusations of racism and insensitivity. Another example of shocking advertising in Japan is an ad directed by Japanese filmmaker Shion Sono for Gucci, a clothing and accessory manufacturer. The ad featured scenes of violence, sex, blood and death, which were meant to symbolize passion, freedom and revolution. The ad was banned from television but was distributed online. The ad caused a lot of disgust and rejection among viewers with European views. Shocking Japanese advertising may be difficult for a European to understand and accept. It may contradict their tastes, values and worldview. A European might consider shocking advertising in Japan inappropriate, unethical, unfitting, or even dangerous. However, for a Japanese person, shocking advertising can be a way of expressing their individuality, creativity, criticism, or protest. A Japanese might consider shocking advertising in Japan interesting, original, provocative, or even beneficial. But in Japan, you can also often encounter such advertising that creates a physical sensation of a brain explosion. Watching such ads, you simply lose the power of speech. A European might think that the Japanese are overly polite, bowing a lot and lowering their eyes. But they don't understand the real essence of these gestures. The fact is that in ancient times, a samurai sometimes got tired of training on tatami amote. These are special bamboo mats that were rolled up and had a density similar to the human body. And then the samurai would go to the village in search of a victim. If someone was robbing or just disrespecting the samurai, they would be used as a mat, if you get what I mean. How could you not be polite after that? Such behavior is now in the blood of the Japanese. But if you behave provocatively and, God forbid, encounter someone from the Japanese clans, you'll be a mat. There's a misconception that there are no more clans in Japan, that it's a prejudice of the past. But in reality, that's not the case. If we talk about modern Japanese clans, encountering them can be dangerous if they're associated with crime, corruption, violence or extremism. In Japan, there are so-called yakuza, organized criminal groups involved in various illegal activities, such as racketeering, extortion, smuggling, banned substances, prostitution, gambling, and others. Yakuza consists of different syndicates that have their hierarchies, rules, symbols, and territories. Some have a long history and traditions dating back to the Edo period, 1603–1868, when they emerged as groups of traders, craftsmen, actors, gamblers, and other societal outcasts. They also have connections with politics, business, show business, and other areas of life in Japan. Some operate openly and legally, while others are secretive and operate clandestinely. Encountering the Yakuza can be dangerous as they may use violence, threats, blackmail, or bribery to achieve their goals or protect their interests. For example, in 1992, the Yakuza killed journalist Hitoshi Igarashi, who wrote critical articles about the Yakuza and their activities. In 2012, the Yakuza attacked activists protesting against nuclear power in Japan after the Fukushima nuclear power plant accident. Meeting a Japanese clan can be safe if it is not associated with crime and violence, but is simply a family or a cultural group preserving its traditions, values, and customs. In Japan, there are such clans involved in various arts, crafts, sports, education, science, religion, and other areas of life. They can be friendly, hospitable, open, and interested in sharing their experience, knowledge, and opinions with others. For example, there is the Kawabata clan in Japan, which specializes in making traditional Japanese dolls ningyo. This family craft has been passed down from generation to generation since the 17th century. The Kawabata clan has its workshop in Tokyo, where they sell their dolls and also conduct tours, workshops, and exhibitions for visitors. The Kawabata clan considers their dolls not just toys but works of art that reflect Japanese culture, history, and spirit. In 2016, the Kawabata clan was recognized as an important intangible cultural heritage in Japan. If you're strolling through the streets of Tokyo and see a random cafe, don't rush in. In Japan, there are many unusual animal cafes. Animal cafes are places where you can interact with animals such as cats, dogs, owls, hedgehogs, and others. These cafes are very popular in Japan as many people can't keep pets due to housing restrictions, work, or other reasons. Such cafes offer a chance to relax and get positive emotions from interacting with cute creatures. Animal cafes can also be themed, for example, dedicated to anime, manga, games, or other interests of the visitors. In Tokyo, there are cafes with cats, dogs, owls, hedgehogs, rabbits, kangaroos, foxes, raccoons, capybaras, and other animals. In Osaka, there's a cafe with penguins, and in Kyoto with goats. In Nagoya, there's a cafe with turtles, and in Fukuoka with meerkats. Japan also has cafes with reptiles, insects, birds, and fish. Animal cafes typically operate on an entry ticket system or hourly payment. In some cafes, you can order food and drinks, while others serve only drinks. In some cafes, you can feed and pet the animals, and in others, you can only observe them. In some cafes, you can take photos with the animals, while in others, it's prohibited. In any case, you must follow the rules and instructions of the staff to not violate hygiene, safety, and comfort for the animals and yourself. So, if you want to visit such places, familiarize yourself with the rules first. Do you have a favorite pillow? Have you given it a name? If you think these are strange questions, then you are definitely not Japanese. In Japan, partner pillows appeared in the early 2000s when anime and manga fans began ordering pillows with images of their favorite characters. Partner pillows are usually 150 by 50 centimeters in size and are covered with cotton or polyester pillowcases. They feature images of anime characters, celebrities, or even ordinary people, representing ideal partners for cuddling and sleeping. Some partner pillows have double-sided images showing different emotions or poses of the characters. Some have special functions like vibration, sound, warmth, or even scent. Partner pillows have become not only a collectible item but also a way of expressing one's feelings and fantasies. Some people treat partner pillows as their real partners, caring for them as if they were living beings. They talk to the pillows, hug them, kiss them, take them on trips, and even marry them. This behavior is known as waifuism, from the English word waifu, which means wife in Japanese slang. Waifuism is a form of paragamia, a psychological disorder where a person falls in love with a non-existent or unattainable object. Partner pillows elicit different reactions in society. Some people consider them a harmless hobby or a way to relieve stress and loneliness. Some find them strange or disgusting, indicating low self-esteem and social isolation. Some consider them dangerous or unhealthy, hindering real relationships, personal development, and mental health. In Europe, it's very easy to get a fine for parking in the wrong place, but at the same time, it's hard to find a free spot. In Japan, there's even less space. However, they've solved this problem quite technologically. Automated car parking in Japan has a long history and widespread use. The first automated parking in Japan was built in 1965 in Osaka. Since then, automated parking has become a part of the urban landscape and culture of Japan. Currently, there are about 1.4 million automated parking spaces in Japan, which accounts for about 14% of the total number of parking spaces in the country. Automated parking in Japan comes in various types and designs, depending on the location, purpose, and technology. For instance, there are automated parking lots that look like giant Ferris wheels, pyramids, cubes, or even houses. There are automated parking lots designed for special vehicles such as motorcycles, bicycles, electric cars, or even airplanes. Some automated parking lots use advanced technologies like artificial intelligence, facial recognition, wireless communication, or even quantum computers. Automated car parking is a system that allows cars to be automatically parked and retrieved using mechanical devices such as elevators, lifts, conveyors, and robots. Automated car parking has several advantages over conventional parking, such as space saving. Automated car parking can accommodate more cars in a smaller area, as it doesn't require extra space for maneuvers, entry, and exit. For example, one automated parking lot in Tokyo can fit 200 cars in an area of 144 square meters, whereas a conventional parking lot of the same size can fit only 16 cars. Time saving. Automated car parking can quickly and safely park and retrieve cars without the driver's or staff's involvement. The driver simply leaves their car on a special platform and receives a card or code, then retrieves their car upon request. The average parking or retrieval time is about 2 minutes. Energy saving. Automated car parking consumes less energy than conventional parking, as it doesn't require lighting, ventilation, or heating. It also reduces carbon dioxide emissions by decreasing traffic congestion and car mileage. Japanese cuisine is an amazing combination of tradition and innovation that reflects the unique culture and history of the country. The Japanese highly value the freshness and quality of ingredients, as well as the harmony of taste and appearance of dishes. However, not all Japanese dishes may appeal to Europeans accustomed to a different food culture. Here are some examples of such dishes. Natto is a dish made from fermented soybeans with a strong smell, sticky texture, and sharp taste, often served with rice, soy sauce, and mustard. Many Japanese consider natto healthy, but many Europeans can't tolerate its aroma and taste. Tsunakidze is a dish of raw horse liver, thinly sliced and served with soy sauce and ginger. It is considered a delicacy in some regions of Japan, but many Europeans are averse to eating raw animal organs and are concerned about parasites or bacteria. Sea urchin roe is a dish made from the yellow or orange meat of sea urchins with a creamy texture and sweet taste, often served with rice, sushi, or sashimi, along with soy sauce and wasabi. It is considered an expensive and refined product. However, many Europeans struggle to appreciate its taste and appearance, fearing allergies and poisoning. These are just a few of the many Japanese dishes that can cause misunderstanding or disgust among Europeans. Of course, tastes vary, and one cannot judge all Japanese cuisine based on one or a few dishes. Of course, one should not be afraid of unfamiliar customs and rules. It's just necessary to first study the country, read articles and watch bloggers who have lived in Japan for a long time, and then be sure to visit this amazing country to gain a huge amount of impressions for life. That's all for now. Bye-bye.